I was going there every Sunday evening because I needed the money, of course, to buy food. So you must have
Oh
come with
my
me once.
God. Oh no. We all need a Genitron. Hello and welcome to a special episode of Memorandum, the podcast. Once again, this week, a special treat, different to my normal chat with Claudia. And it's involved me having to get up at about 5:30 in the morning after a fairly late night. So I'll take that up with our guest when he joins us. But our guest is the fabulous François Scali, a Parisian architect that I've known for a very, very long time. We met probably in the very late 80s through a mutual friend when I was opening my store, and my memories of him and our first experiences with one another in Paris are very vivid. I'll get into that. François Scali, are you there? Are you there, François?
Oh yeah, sorry, I
Yeah.
was so impressed by all what you said that I couldn't react. I'm very sorry.
I know. It was a little clumsy, probably a few too many words, but
No, it's
thanks for joining us. And so it is, I know it's dinner time in Paris, and you were sort of wondering whether or not, you should eat food or talk to some guy on the other
starving.
side of the world.
You mean I'm starving?
Anyway, so to continue the contextualizing you within Remo world and lowercase Remo world, it was my wife's American friend Mallory in Paris who I think might have said if you're in those days I was traveling and looking for things and ideas to celebrate in my new store. And
That's where you found the cachou la jaunie. I
yes,
remember that.
that's right. And I think it might have been an ex-partner of yours who was like helping me negotiate to get Bulkier's earplugs
Yeah.
and cachou la Jaunie
But cachou la
across.
jaunie is another story because when I was this age, I was 25. I was a model. I was modeling too. Everybody is
I can
modeling
see
one
that
day.
the cheekbones, a dead giveaway. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was modeling, and I was modeling for cachou la jaunie. And the purpose of the advertising was the cachou la jaunie makes a funny noise when you shake the box. And
Yes.
it was my role.
Oh,
I was
I didn't know
shaking the
that.
cachou la jaunie.
So you were the cachou la Jaunie guy.
Yeah.
Melanie's other friend, Francesca Macbeth, she was the Pocari Sweat girl. She was a model for that soft drink in Japan called Pocari Sweat. So I'll be finding images of these products and putting them up on the screen. So yeah, I think maybe the first time we met, you had just had a motorcycle accident, and you were limping around, sort of a bit
Creeping.
grumpy, but collecting stones and sticks from the street that you think look a little bit like animals or people. And anyway, I was attracted to your spirit and creativity. And you also tell us about Nemo, or well, give us a little bit about your background. It was you were trained as an architect, or
Yeah, I was in School of Architecture in Paris. So I've got a diploma, architect. It's under
yeah,
my bed, beautiful diploma. But working as a young architect in Paris or everywhere on earth is very difficult because nobody trusts you, nobody give you confidence. And so to employ my time, I started designing furniture. And for a reason that I don't know. Well, I know the reason, of course. The furniture was very new and very fashionable, and it was at the beginning of the Cultural Revolution that came from Milano with Ettore Sottsass and Totem and yeah, and Dini and all these guys. that were kind of remodeling what the cultural aspect of furniture was. And it was a revolution. I remember that when we went to Milano for the fair, for the furniture fair, Ettore Sottsass was a rock star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So it was a big craze. And I was very impressed by his craze. And I was wondering, maybe I can just, I was not copying, it's not that. But I knew that there was an opportunity for new shapes, new objects, new function. For instance, the first chair that I invented was a chair with the back. The back. You could regulate the flexibility of the back, so you could either work or rest with a very small metal tube that was sliding in another tube. You were having more resistance in the back of the chair.
What was the chair called, by the way?
Fez. Faizz with 3 Z.
Oh, 3 Zs. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that a play on sleep, or was it? Yeah.
I don't know. I can't tell you where the name came from.
Yeah.
And there was also this fantastic idea is to turn on the light by blowing or whistling or clapping your hands. On, off, on, off. Seems very simple, very easy now. Everybody can do it you can do it with your phone. But in the 80s, it was a kind of a complexity to know about electronics and make all the welding and all the electric contact and the microphone needs to be balanced. So we did these lights that you can find on my website, which are very old objects. They still work, I heard, but I'm not sure. And all the
And
stuff
when you say we, you were in partnership with someone to do this, or
yeah. So I forgot to tell you that we decided to work together with my friend Alain Domingo, which had exactly the same adventure than I did. He was an architect. I met him when we were in school, and we started to work together, making architectural competition, losing them, of course, and then furniture came totally naturally for us to occupy our time and try to make some money by selling the furniture.
And you started exhibiting yourself at the Milan Fair, or?
Yeah, we did a lot of fair, and it worked.
And what was the most? Do you remember what the most kind of commercially successful line or product that you had? Or
this chair I mentioned was the most successful object. But there was 2 precautions that we took. First of all, is that we didn't have any money to invest. So it means no plastic molds, no injection. All we could do is work with the cast iron, what do you call it? It was only tubes, So very low tech process. That has been always our philosophy. The second philosophy is that the furniture we made was so modern, in the sense that it was coming from just a sketch, an idea, a furniture, but it was not made to be in the market as a designer working for Ligne Rosé or Cassina or very elegant and expensive furniture. We just made it ourselves and sell them ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a self-editing.
Yeah, no. And so what year are we talking about now, approximately?
We started in 1980.
Oh, okay. Right. So by the time we met, you'd been doing it probably for about 10 years. And
About.
yeah. And the reason, part of the reason why I wanted to chat with you is that in the second volume of Memorandum, I wrote a chapter about the year 2000 and about how our concept of the future has changed, and how the actual physical, change of the millennium was such a powerful symbol for people that as we got closer to that time, their concept of the future just shrank and shrank and shrank. And then all of a sudden we were at the year 2000, and people, so now what do they imagine for our sort of bright and rosy future? And there was no thing more celebratory of the year 2000 than the Genitron at the Pompidou Center. So please tell us the story of how the Genitron, well, what it is, first of all, and then how it came about.
The Genitron was a countdown in seconds of the year 2000 to come. And the countdown started 13 years before, which in seconds was about something like 400,000 seconds.
Right.
So we started at 400,000 seconds, and clink, 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 clink. It counted the seconds until the 31st of December at 0 a.m. In the 1st of January at 0 a.m. And that's it. This object was huge. It was 20 meters wide, 7 meters high, and we put it in front of the Pompidou Center by a chance in Maynard. We kind of stole the location.
Well, it's a great location. Right?
It's a great location.
Yeah, yeah.
We didn't have the permission, but no one never said no to us. So I understand it was a yes.
And was it the city of Paris that commissioned you to do this, or was it
nobody commissioned me to do it? I went to see the Pompidou Center because I couldn't do otherwise. I went to see the Pompidou Center and I said, I got this idea. Okay, this is the object. Oh, they say it's a good idea. Yeah. But we broke. Obviously, we don't have a penny. Okay, no problem. I went to see a friend of mine who was working at the Fondation Cointreau. Cointreau is an alcohol.
Yeah.
Maybe you know.
Yeah.
It's French. It's like brandy. And I told this guy, we got the Centre Pompidou with us. So would you finance it? So we said to Cointreau, we got the Centre Pompidou. And we said to Centre Pompidou, we got Cointreau. Okay. So as nobody said no, it was a yes. And Fondation Cointreau paid for it. And the Centre Pompidou welcomed it.
It was a beautiful thing. And the extra bonus was the little souvenir cards that it dispensed at the base of one of the poles, right? You could actually mark the moment that you were there and the number of seconds that were remaining.
True. Because it's another trick that we use to convince Cointreau is, just sell postcards. So we printed postcards, and everyone who wanted a postcard just put 10 francs in the machine and add the print of the number of seconds it was remaining till the year 2000 at the moment they put the coin in the machine. And then it produced the amount of money that was necessary to mint it. It was something like 300,000 euros, something like that. I don't remember precisely. And the 300,000 euro were paid back 10 euro by 10 euro. It was franc at this time, was not euro, but it's about the same. So
Yeah.
by a number of 10 francs coin, the Genitron was paid back within 4 or 5 years. It was very, very fast because everybody
Is that
wanted
right?
the postcard.
Well, they got a good deal then, didn't they? Because they really
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah.
It was a
And then
very good deal because at the end, I mean, few years after having financed the Genitron, the Fondation Cointreau disappeared. The company went bankrupt or whatever, and they stopped. So they gave me back the key of the Genitron. It's yours. Take it back. Okay.
I'm
So
glad.
I was going to the Genitron every Sunday night with my car, and shking, ding, 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 shking. That was
Well,
fantastic.
I love to tell that story, and in fact, I think I've written myself into the story, and whether I imagined this or whether it actually happened, I do love to tell people that we would go out in Paris together and stop by the
If
Genitron
you
to.
came with me.
I see. I think I remember one time being with you when you did that and thinking how remarkable it was. Of course, I might have made the whole thing up in my head, and now I've just convinced
No,
myself
I was
that
going
I
there
was.
every Sunday evening because I needed the money, of course, to buy food, and then so you must have
Oh
come with
my
me once.
God. Oh no. We all need a Genitron. And that's probably why soon after we became friends, you started to imagine that there could be a Sydney version of the Genitron, and
Well,
you even found someone who was going to help you do that,
exactly, and
finance
that's
that,
what.
right?
No, but it gave me some work as an architect for 10 years between 1990 until the year 2000. I was called everywhere because I had the idea of having the Genitron inaugurated by Mitterrand. So it was a TV, was a journalist, and then it was world known. So I get some very funny phone calls from guy who said, "Oh, I'd like to have one in my." So there was one in Barcelona, there was one in Madrid, there was one in London, there was one in Blackpool, and of course there was a guy from Brisbane. I don't remember his name. A funny guy.
Was it? No, it was Sandy. No, it was.
No, I can't
Anyway,
remember his name.
the stress had an effect on him, right? Because didn't you effectively kill him with the project?
I didn't kill him with the project. I know that I was. He asked me to design a Genitron for Sydney.
Lindsay.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's right. You got a very good memory. Well, that's your job also. So Lindsay asked me to design a Genitron for Sydney. So invite me to Sydney. That's when I came and live with you because the condition of my dwelling were horrible at this place.
Well, we were in Tamarama, so it was. I think we were at Kenneth Street, so it was just after we got married, so 1991 probably.
I can't remember, but I remember that this guy. I went twice to Sydney, make sketches, starting to negotiate with the authorities, making a very serious job for him, for Lindsay.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, no news. So I was wondering, and I wrote to his wife, and I wrote to his attorney, and then I received a letter said, "Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Lindsay is dead. He died. Maybe I killed him. I don't know."
That's hilarious.
But he really wanted to finance it, and he really wanted this project with a wonderful idea of helping the world to become. He was a bit crazy about it. The year 2000 was really I
Yeah.
wrote a book about the Genitron that maybe you've seen. It's in French. I will send you a copy. And
Yeah.
I noted all the stories I had about the all the crazy people uh, working or thinking or gathering around the concept of year 2000.
Well, there,
When we discovered,
yeah, I wrote
sorry,
about it in the chapter. I mean, there was also that whole Y2K bug that everybody was thinking that the world was going to end because computer programs all around the world had missed
yeah,
a
the
digit.
bug,
So yeah, that's right. So
the year 2000 bug.
yeah,
No, I mean, um, it's true that the year 2000 was the place of all the fantasies.
mm,
The world is going to collapse. It's going to be the end of the world. Or when it was not so pessimistic, it was just a synonym of future. There
yeah,
was the car of the year 2000. There was the hairdresser of the year 2000. There was 2000 insurance. There was all this year 2000 stuff. And all these
and
people were crazy about that.
in my research, I did find that work from the turn of the previous century by a Frenchman, Jean-Marc Coté. Is that how you pronounce it? He did all of those illustrations of like what he imagined life would be in the year 2000, and we're all moving around in balloons
Mm.
and flying
Personal
machines and
helicopters. Well, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So what is the new year 2000? Now people, all they can talk about is AI, right? And the singularity and sort of
Yeah.
machine learning, generative machines becoming super intelligent, but they haven't fixed the date to it, not quite.
No.
But
No, because
it's that
there's no symbol. The next symbol is going to be the year 3000. But
yeah,
I don't know in which state we're going to be. But we're not going
people
to
are
be here, Remo. We are not going to be
so
there, Remo.
so constrained by their need for nice round numbers. So after Nemo, so what happened in Nemo? It kind of faded away, and you just started working more on architectural things.
Well, after I've been voyageur de commerce, which means that I was sailing Genitron all over the world
Mm,
as a job because we was well paid to make this sort of design in all the cities that I mentioned.
mm,
And also when I was going with my car looking for those coins every Sunday night.
yes.
It ended, of course, in the year 2000,
I know.
and
Horrible.
I needed to find a job.
Yeah.
So as my year 2000 job didn't work anymore, I had to find another one. And the only one I found was architecture because I was an architect.
Mm,
So I started having projects, small project, big project, uh, and it worked.
yeah. I do remember one conversation I had with you in Paris, probably over was it a picon beer, picon the beer with
Picombière,
with
oui,
a
Picombière,
yeah,
oui.
yeah. You
That
did
was
draw
my drink.
you drew a graph of a happiness graph, like and I think if you plot happiness with scale, it starts high if you're working on your own, and it ends high if you are a consultant to a big firm who is just lending your IP and your ideas. But it dips very low in the middle if you're actually having to hire a bunch of architects in a small or medium-sized architectural firm where it becomes all about administration and
True.
finance and whatever. And the graph happened to draw a kind of a smile, which was the way you described it. So these days, 2025, it's 25 years since the year 2000. Would you consider yourself to be like a gun for hire sole practitioner, or do you work with a team or
No,
whatever?
first solution. I'm it's tiring to work with a team. I loved
Yeah,
it. It was really fun because you don't. But I miss the the craftsman's approach.
which is a good segue into the final thing that I want us to talk about, and that is the new Instagram account that I stumbled upon, which is tribute to Nemo.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what is that, and why did it come about, and what has it got to do with your bedroom?
Well, the aim of this tribute is the same as the memorandum. I mean, remember what? Remember what we were, where we come from. I come from tubes assembling to make furniture, to make objects, artistic objects that have a function. The difference between design and the sculpture for me is that in design there is a purpose. In art,
Yep.
it's also a purpose, but it's not a function. Okay?
Yeah.
So I've decided to think to resolve the problem of what do you do when you undress yourself. That's a real question. How do you undress yourself? I'm not trying to have any intimate secret. I'm just no. I'm just wondering, what do you do with your clothes?
Yeah.
Take off your sweater, take off your t-shirt, take off your pants, take off your socks, and where do you put that? On the floor? On a chair? There's no
Both,
object.
yeah.
Or they are objects, but they're awful. You've got in a very cheap hotel, you got some wooden stuff where you can put your suit and press your trouser. But
Yeah.
who lives like that? No.
It's a very good point. Melanie and I have two chairs and some hooks above them, but they quickly become overrun with half dirty clothes, and then I usually just deposit what I'm wearing in a puddle on the floor next to my bed.
Well, you should. I will send you the some of the prototype I'm making now of this object, because before you cover them with clothes, they're very sculptural objects.
Yeah.
They're nice, shapely, colored, and they look like what I did in the 80s. That's why I call it tribute to Nemo, because they are inspired by the style that I was producing at this time. And I need to mention my gallery with whom I'm working, who is editing furniture from the early 1980 drawing. The objects, and that, because you see the Nemo collection, there should be maximum 50 objects in this Nemo production during the 80s. But for this 80 object, there's been about 50,000 of sketches.
Right. Wow.
Very small sketches, that big. And this guy, Maxime, which is we're running the gallery called Signé, for whom I'm working, had the idea of looking at my drawings and select some objects that have never been produced and make them into production. And that's how these objects for clothes were started. Because I found in my small sketches about 100 or 200 objects designed to put clothes on when you undress at night. So these objects, when they're empty, they're very nice design object. And where they're covered with clothes, they are like bowls. Boule. They're covered with clothes. And you decide once every 2 weeks or once every week, depends on the consumption you made of the clothes. I know you're a big t-shirt addict, but I'm not. So you decide once in a while to work on the cleaning of the bowl. And then you pick up one clothes, and there is 3 options: throw, wash, or put in the closet. There's no other option. So it's a pre-closet. These objects are considered as pre-closet.
Perfect. Okay, well, we're out of time, but I'm glad that we got... So the Instagram, if people search Tribute to Nemo, it'll come up and they should follow you, follow your journey, and maybe even get their hands on one of the limited editions of 12 pre-closets when they become available. Thanks, François. You've got to go and have dinner. I've got to go and make Melanie a cup of tea, because that's I'm sort of well past my deadline on that. I'll edit this. I'll edit this and send you a link probably later today or tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll get the word out. We'll get the word out there. And I just wish I had a Genitron project of my own in Sydney that I could empty every Sunday night to pay for the.
Yeah, we'll have to think about it, and we'll talk about it later.
Okay. All right. Enjoy Memorandum. Bye.